This
or
conference will
last
now
class?
be recorded.
Please let me know. So I was explaining you on cloud formation template. You know certainly cloud formation template. So let me explain you slightly towards what is wait conditions and wait handlers, and then we will jump into something called as uh, a cloud formation in it. Anyone has any questions, please interrupt me. Okay, give me 1 minute. Let me close. Uh, and this is not my laptop today, but that's fine. Uh, okay, hope hope you are able to see my screen. If this is not the one, let me open. Okay. Okay. So for your example, so what is the meaning of a wait condition and a wait handler? Is nothing but I have a database server. This is my database server. Database as server first has to create it. Then let us take an example. I have to go and create 3 application servers. I have 3 application servers is required. Then I have to go and create a report server. So the sequence is 1, 2, and 3. If the sequence is 1, 2, and 3, so what do? First database is created. Okay, application server, you clearly mentions depends on DB. So what will happen? First database will create. Report server is depends on application server. Then 3 application server gets created. The biggest problem, if this server is created, it has to send something here that is called as CNF-signal. Okay, that is called as CNF-signal. Sir, what is the meaning of CNF-signal? A signal has been sent. Now the 3 application 1, 2, and 3 are getting created. But once server number 1 got created, it will send a signal to the report server. Report server will start. I don't want like that. I need 3 signals should come. So that is the reason I'm going to add something here in the middle that is called as a mediator, that is called as wait conditions and wait handlers. What is meant by wait condition and wait handler? What is the meaning of wait condition and wait handler? Pretty straightforward. Wait condition and wait handler is nothing but, now I am going to provide in the condition. In the condition, I am very clearly come up and say number of signals a report server has to wait is 3. You are mentioning those things. So what will happen? So signal number 1 received, application server number 2 received, application server number 3 receives. Then the wait condition, wait handler will come up and say, actually, how many signals we have to wait? 3 signals we have to wait. Then what will happen? This one will talk to report server and say, can you please continue? So what will happen? Now the sequence will follow. 1 database server, 2nd report servers, and the third second application server, and the third to the report server. These 3 things gets created. That is called as wait condition and wait handler. this is getting deprecated. It's not getting deprecated. People are using a new way in the cloud formation template. Creation policy. Now this is where now people may think like you are real time. You can clearly in your explanation in an interview, you talk about weight handler, weight conditions, and then you should come up and specify. Now we are not using weight condition and weight handler, that is older, deprecated, right? We are using creation policy, so people can understand, array, he has worked on the cloud formation template. Is it clear, right? Creation policy. So let me explain you where do you see that creation policy, and it's all are there in AWS world. AWS cloud formation creation policy. What is creation policy? Associate the creator's attribute with a resource to protect its status from reaching create completion until AWS cloud formation receives specify number of signals. I can clearly come up and specify only 3 signals comes into picture, then only run it. So you have some examples here, sir. This is the example of creation policy start fleet number. So example, it's like this one. Creation policy number of signals are 3, and you can also mention timeout. Like you are trying to create 3 application servers at a time, maybe your application servers will complete in 15 minutes, but something is not returning the signal after 1 hour also, that means something went wrong. So you can mention timeout is equal to 25 minutes as a thing. So 15 minutes EC2 instance all gets created, but you can make a timeout for 25 minutes. If 25 minutes also 3 signals are not coming, it will come up and say timeout issues. So this is one of the things which is very, very important, sir. Hope you understand. Anyone has any questions? See here, sir. Where do you use this creation policy? In auto scaling, do you remember? We mentioned minimum is equal to 2 servers and maximum is equal to 5 servers. And minimum is equal to 3 servers. So in auto scaling, how many servers should get created? 3 servers should get created. So if you see here, right, desired capacity, minimum capacity, desired capacity, minimum, maximum capacity. So desired capacity, 3 servers should get created, 3 signals will come. And I will come up and say creation policy is 3 signals. Is it clear, right? You mentioned very clearly all these things, you will mention it. And in the last line, what did I specify? When do you go and spend a signal? The signal is in the last line. CNF signal minus E is equal to 0. That means exit code is successfully. And I am sending to like this one. Resource is equal to auto scaling. Is it clear, right? So you please practice it. There are some 50 to 60 examples AWS cloud formation has provided. I will also show you where is that, but before that one, anyone has any questions before I move into another topic called as CNF, okay, INIT, which is important. Any questions? Clear? Is it clear, guys? Anyone has any questions, please let me know. Online people, am I audible? Can anyone please confirm me? Am I clear? Please participate, sir.
Yeah, you are audible.
Any questions anyone has? Important, sir. It is, I would recommend everyone to sit, work. If you don't have any, if you don't understand, you are not able to do it, please ask me, but do it. It's a very, very, very important, primarily to get a job, I'm telling you. Okay. Okay. If you don't have any question, offline people, classroom people, and I request basically you, I don't know whether these people are providing mic to you or not, or mic or anything. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Okay, reach out to me. I don't know whether the mic is there or not for you. Okay, so this is the way. The next one which I would like to continue, This is much more important in terms of interview, sir. Very important. Lot of people ask interview questions here. What is this topic is all about? It is cloud formation template, CNF-INIT. Important, sir. Im- Important. Now, what is this INIT? INIT replaces user data. Very important, sir. Sir, it replaces user data. Sir, happily I have a user data, sir. Then why do you require CNIT? User data means you need to write a script or a program, which is actually tough. Program you have to write it. See, what is the beauty of cloud formation template? What is the beauty of cloud formation template? If you want to create AWS resources like VPC, EC2, S3, DynamoDB, you are not writing any code. That is the beauty of cloud formation template. Is it clear? You are not writing any code. You are writing in JSON and you are writing in YAML format. But the problem here is the infrastructure, AWS resources you can go and create in YAML and JSON format in cloud formation template. But in generally, when you are creating EC2 instance and you want to install anything, you are writing user data here. User data is all about script and programming code. So now no need of writing any code. Is it clear? No need of writing any code. Maybe in user data, only what you install in user data, last line would be sending a signal. But now, no user data in CloudFormation template. In CNIT, what do you do? Whatever the things you want to do it in user data, same thing. You can write it in cloud initialization, no code, but JSON and YAML format. Now you're writing in JSON and YAML formats. Keep it in your mind. You're writing in JSON and YAML formats. Is it clear? Is it clear? So JSON and YAML formats you are writing. No coding, no user data. Whatever you want to do it in user data. Let me show you what do you do in user data. For your example, sir, I want to create one EC2 instance and one security group. This one you can write it in cloud formation template. But in user data in EC2 instance, in this EC2 instance, you want to install SAP application completely. If you want to install SAP application completely, okay, and as well as in this server only, I want to install a database, and this application has to connect to the database. For your example, if this is your use case, what do you do? How do you write a user data? In user data, what are the things you write, sir, as a coding or as a programming? The first one is, if this application is developed in Java, so prerequisites, you will download and install Java. Is it clear? You will download and install JVM. You will download and install any web server like Apache, Tomcat, or anything. These are prerequisites. You will install these things. This application server will be hosted in Apache. Apache is like your IIS. Then what do you do? Then you need to do download and install SAP application. Then you will download and install like a database called as Oracle. Is it clear? Now, then change, okay, in sap.config, you will go and add database details. Then only you remember, right? We had an application which I showed you. My photo was coming in that application. That application, if you want to show, it has to have a database details. Database application server needs database details. So in the application server, in some configuration, you need to add this database details. And then in the last, all these things are configured well, you will start Apache or SAP service. To install all these things, you need to perform all these things. Yes or no? Using, generally people will write user data. User data. No, sir, I'm not using any user data. Then SSM agent. Download, install, config, changes and everything. No need of any code. Now the answer is CNF-INIT, initialization. Cloud formation template initialization. Sir, what is this cloud formation template initialization? Same steps now you are going to write it in JSON and YAML format, no coding. Example, very important, sir. Let me show you now. CNF-INIT cloud formation template. Click on it. It is very important. First of all, what is cloud formation initialization? See, cloud formation initialization health script reads the template metadata from cloud formation initialization and acts accordingly, like fetch and parse metadata, install the packages, write some files, enable disable services. All these things it will automatically do it, sir. Okay, before I go for it, let's see the examples, sir. Very important. Now if you see, this is a syntax. See, actually what I'm trying to do, if you see, we are trying to create one EC2 instance, and now where do you write CN initialization? You write it somewhere in the metadata, and in the metadata you just write AWS cloud formation initialization. Now you see, sir, in that one, step number one, let us refer this diagram. What is this step number one? Generally you will install all the prerequisites, Java, JVM, Apache and all those things. Directly you can make it configure and download and install the packages. Step number one. For your example, if it is a Linux operating system, I don't know how many people learn about Linux operating system. If you want to install the packages and everything, generally in Linux operating system, you use app install or yum config or anything like that. So you need to write, no need to write, sir. See here, you will write a syntax like this, simple one-liner syntax. See here, sir. You want to install anything from Apple, you make it RPM and you are a downloaded link. No, sir, I want to I'm installing in CentOS or anything. Then you mention yum, HTTPD, Apache is automatically installed, PHP is automatically installed. Okay, what is that? WordPress automatically installed. You just mention like this. Now, what is the meaning of this bracket? If you want to bring the latest version, just mention, don't mention anything. If you want any specific version, mention that one, like this one example. It will automatically download the package. See here, sir, you are not going to write any program. Sir, how to install Apache? Yum install httpd -y. Nothing you are going to do, just yum. You provide package name 123 and it will automatically install. That is packages. So if you go back and see in this level, these three things are like basically like these three things are Control Z. These three things, the packages, the basic packages, these three things are done, downloaded and install automatically. That is fine with the help of package. Then you go into the next one. What is the next one? Group, sir. What is the meaning of a group and a user? In Linux operating system, before you install any application servers, you will go and create certain groups and users. Only those people can, okay, what they can do, they can, what you can they can configure your application. Not any other people should configure your application, right? Only certain people should configure your application. That is the reason why they will do those things. Okay, packages, groups and everything, you will go for it. So groups and users, you can create a user. I can create a user called as Kumar, group called as 7 a.m. and I can add Dikshit, Kumar, or anyone, Yogender, okay, Shiva in a group. Only 4 people can work on the SAP configuration file, Linux operating system file systems. You should learn ch mode in Linux operating system. So that is very similar to create a user, create a group in the system. You don't worry about. Then the next one is source. What is this source? Where do you download your SAP application? Packages can be downloaded from, okay, yum install or package managers, ready-made packages. How do I install SAP application? Where is my SAP application? SAP application, you remember, right? Either you keep it, your total application will be present in GitHub, or your total application will be present in S3. You develop your application and keep your binaries, your art factories and everything basically in the source. Then what do you need to do? Now you need to download that source into your local system, right? SAP servers or anything. How do you download? You mention the URL here, source and destination, it will automatically download. For your example, see your source, one liner, that's it. One liner. If you see, source is equal to all my application, SAP application is present in my GitHub, and so from GitHub, where it has to copy? In the local system, etc/puppet, in this folder it has to copy. You mention this is nothing but a source, this is a destination, this is a source. It will automatically copy, sir. This is the beauty. No sir, my files are present in S3. Then S3 bucket, S3 URL and etc/application. Is it clear, guys? That is the beauty. That is the beauty of AWS. Even you are not writing any program, how do you write a program to download the URL? From the URL, S3 URL, how do you write it in user data? You are going to write a program to download. You're not going to write any program here. You are not going to write any program here, just one liner. So what are the steps it will complete? It will these are the 2 steps it will complete using source. Download and install SAP, download and install Oracle. These things are done one shot. It will download. Next one, what do you need? Sir, you need to run some commands, you need to run some scripts, you need to create something like changing the file, creating the file, these kind of things. It is available here. See here, sir. And then, do you want to create any files? Do you want to run any commands? And do you want to start the services? You remember, right? This step, the last step. Start the SAPs or any kind of a start, changing the configuration, running some commands. All these things are available in this 3. Any files you want to create it, files. Any commands you want to run it, commands. Any services you want to start the services. Like you want to create some database configuration files where your application will read it, and the database details you will provide, automatically it has to create it on fly. You want to run some commands which will go and run some database commands which will create a table, that these, anything you want to do it, commands. Let me go through the files. Control find, control C, control find, see files here. Like this, you mention it, example, see here. It will automatically create a file in ctemp.setup.exe, and the content of this file is create database. This is the script it will go and create it. See what happened. If you see, the script got created, create database, refer database name from the parameters, user, grant, a script got created. How do you execute? If you execute this my SQL server, a database gets created. How do you execute? In the command you will mention. In the command you will mention how do you go and run the database. I'll show you with some samples here. So configuration files are created, commands are created, commands will be running, all these things are there. Last one, you want to run the services. Control find, You want to run Apache service or anything, it is again a one-liner. You're not going to write anything. Simple, like you mentioned it. Service, what is your service name? Okay. Do you want to enable start the service? Ensure running? Yes. Where is the file source? Done. It will run automatically. Is it clear, guys? Anyone has any questions? Is it clear? Online people, offline people, anyone has any questions? Please let me know. I would like to open one. What is that? Cloud formation template, a real-time template where you can learn, you can launch. I'll tell you where are those things, and the procedure would be similar. So let me go and show you AWS. Okay, cloud formation. Okay, samples. AWS has provided from 50-60 samples for your learning. You can go in cloud formation template, click on it. Some samples are there. Anything you can take it, Mumbai region, anything, click on it. They will be clearly providing AWS services. Like I want to create EC2 instance, I want to create S3, I want to create auto scaling, I want to create load balancer, I want to create DynamoDB. Those things are present in this service. You go and click on this service, AWS services. See here, sir, AWS config. Okay, then load balancer, RDS server, Route 53, simple, all these things, VPC, all these things basically are provided as a sample for learning. No, sir. I know you already told me how do you launch EC2 instance and security group. I know, but can you please explain me how do you replace the user data with cloud formation initialization, INIT? How do you replace and everything? Then I would suggest you to go for the top sample application and application frameworks. You click on application framework. They are clearly providing some sample applications. See here, sir. They're asking LAMP. What is the meaning of a LAMP? I think I forgot, sir. I think it is Linux, Apache, MySQL, and I don't know what is P. I don't know. Something is there. So it's a combination of C. This is one stack. It will go. So when you take this cloud formation template, it will create a stack EC2 instance with a local MySQL database. So let us view the cloud formation template. Whatever I provided, it will appear. If you see here, sir, let me expand it. All these things are parameter. As an example, in this one, the application server will be launched with a local database. Local means in that server only local database will be there. So local database means what? You need to create a database. So then it should ask database username and password and everything. It should ask, right? All these things we are adding in the parameter. Parameter, what is the MySQL database name? What is the database username? What is the database password? What is the root? That means administration part, password. What is the instance type? Okay, what is the SSH location? You remember, right? All these things I explained you. Then you add a mapping, which AMI ID which should launch. When you select and all these things, you can mention it, that is there. And then resources. Now you see, you're trying to create one EC2 instance, and then you're in the metadata, you are calling the cloud formation initialization. And what is the sequence it has to follow? First, you need to go and run launch install, that is here, and then configuration. You are clearly mentioning the sequence. See here, I'm going for LAMP with MySQL. All the packages required for that, it is installing in one shot. MySQL, MySQL server, MySQL libraries, HTTP. LAMP means L means Linux, LA means Apache, HTTPD. P means M and P means what is that? PHP. Okay, I think I got it. LAMP, Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. A combination of these three, we call it as a LAMP. So if you see HTTPD, PHP and PHP MySQL required libraries have been automatically installed. Is it clear? It is automatically installed. Then you go for file. What is the meaning of a file? Slash where slash www http html slash index.html, and then it is creating a file. It is creating a file in this location. What is the file it is creating, sir? It is creating one content and it is creating an HTML file. One file it is getting created. And then if you go back and see, I want to create another file. This is the file, another file. Content is equal to the content. See here, I'm trying to create a database. A content means call. Only the file is getting created. What is the file contains? Create database. But how do I create a database? I have to run the command. In this file, this is the file, and I have to run the commands that is present in the below. See here, sir. See, run the command. MySQL -u password, and then we are going to run the file here. Where is that file? Where is that file, sir? Wait a minute. MySQL. See, whatever I created a file, right? temp/setup MySQL. I'm running that using a command. So what will happen if you see, if you run this command, it will create a database. Okay. My database is created. My application is installed, configured. Everything is there. What should I do? You need to start the service that is mentioned here. See here, sir. One liner. That's it. It's MySQL, Apache, and CNF means configuration file. You need to start. Done. All are started. Your entire Apache service is completed. And what would be, once you created, what is the output? Properties. You see, sir, properties of EC2 instance. And in the user data, you are not writing how do you install the software, where download LAMP server, nothing. You are only sending one signal. Okay, see, you are initializing and setup configuration, run command. So if you say you are right, run this one, so which means run and install and run, which is mentioned here in the top. See here in the initialization. See here in the cloud formation initialization, you are telling execute that one in the EC2 instance. Okay, and the last you are going to send a signal. Dollar. What is the meaning of dollar question mark? Dollar question mark means what is the previous command status? If this successfully executed, if it is successfully executed, here it will be 0. If it fails, here it will be non-zero. That means failed. Okay, then creation policy. You don't require any signals, right? Number of signals are only one. And then you are creating one security group with port number. What is the port number? 80. 22 port number should be open. Then the output is the URL of that particular total web server, one shot. You launch LAMP server will be launching, everything is there. You get a URL from the output, click on a URL, launch it, sir. Pretty simple. Let's launch this one, sir. Let's launch this one. Hope you understood. Please confirm that if you are able to understand, practice it 100 times. You practice it. For me, it took 1 week to learn, and after 1 week it was so easy. It was like a it's like a cakewalk, I would come up and say. But for that 1 week it was a nightmare for me. Okay, so I'll tell you, let's launch it and I'll show you. Okay, so go to the cloud formation template, same time. Now this time this is already present in the S3 link. You see in the top, it is already present in the S3. AWS has already kept it in S3. So create a stack, and this time you can mention template is ready. Where is the template? S3 URL, paste it. That's it. Paste it, click on next. Now it will ask you parameter question. Stack name is equal to LAMP app. I'm going to specify. And then parameter is equal to database name is equal to database name. My password is equal to, I'm just going and providing PASSWORD 1@3. Let's see. Capital PASSWO 1@3. I don't remember. What's the database username? Username is Kumar. In small server, key pair is equal to select any key pair. We don't go. SSH is opening. I'm just take an example, sir. Just go and provide nothing. Click on next. See, let's see it launches or not. I click on it. So what will happen? Whatever you mention in the cloud formation template, it will go and launch. With this parameters, it will submit. What is that one? It is throwing an error, sir. What is the meaning? Okay, it is not taking the password. Let's see. What was the password it is providing here? Database username, what is the password? Should be not any, only capital letters and small letters. Okay, that's fine. That's good. Edit it, go back, preview. Yeah, so it's saying, see, only alpha numerical numbers, not at the rate of. Very good. Preview. Parameters. Okay, parameters. Let me change the password to capital PASSWORD 123. Capital PASSWORD 123. Password is provided, sir. You need click on next. Give me 1 minute, sir. Shit. Create a stack. Paste the URL. Next. Stack name is lamp app. Okay, sorry, lamp app. Password. Let me go and provide capital PASSWORD 123. PASSWORD 123. User is equal to KUMAR. Let me go. User also is asking this one. KUMAR BIXIT. I'm just entering something. Key pair is equal to that's key pair. Click on next. Click on next. And let's see now. Submit. Now it is getting created. Have you seen? So how the validation is there? That's the beauty of this validation. Okay, minimum length is what? 1, and password length maximum is 41. Minimum is at 1. What is the maximum? 41. Very neatly they have provided. And the username and password minimum is 1, maximum is 16. So now it is getting created. It will go and create one EC2 instance, which is a Linux operating system, which with T2.small server, and everything its launches, everything is services, user, metadata, cloud formation, initialization, everything it launches, and it will come up back and say, sir, the cloud formation template is launched. And the events, you know, right, all these things, there is no need again to go and explain you. So when I go and click on events, it will go and specify web server is getting created, a security group got created, web server is getting created, what are the resources it will go and create, what is the output it will go and create, all these things it will clearly mention it. And you can just go to your EC2 instance. Not only EC2 instance, it will go and launch all the metadata using package manager, installation, configuration, everything it will be done. One server will be launching. This is our server. You go and click on this server. This server is getting launched. Is it clear, guys? Online people or a classroom people, is it clear? Anyone has any questions? Is it clear? Online people, you are completely no answers. Are you? Am I audible? Sleeping? What is that? One of the most important topic. I need more questions from you. Not to be silent, please. Okay, this server is in the background, it is going and running initialization softwares and everything, and you need to go to a cloud formation template. So I don't do anything. Cloud formation template, it is in progress. See here, it is in progress. Click on it, look for output. Once the output is created, now you can click on a button and it will work fine. Any questions? Anyone? Cloud formation template is one of the most important stuff you require. Lot of things which are, I would come up and say, practice is required for it. Okay, once this cloud formation template is completed, I will jump into a topic called as databases. I don't know whether we'll get time for today. From tomorrow onwards, we'll start a database. RDS is a database. I'll go for it. Then I'll go for Lambda functions, API gateway. Okay, secret manager. My things will go in this way. Okay, any questions, guys? Please participate, sir. And if you want any real-time cloud formation templates, sir, can you tell me these are examples, real-time? Real-time, again, as I mentioned, you write KUMAR AWS BIT. Same thing, my real-time, which I work for Rolls-Royce. Enterprise Edition, what is the tool name? I don't know, I forgot the tool name. But you see here a cloud formation template. I pasted certain cloud formation templates of my real-time. You can just go and click on test and you should see a very huge cloud. Mingle is my application. Yes, we configured an application called as Mingle for Rolls-Royce 2016. I don't know which year this is, but if you see, very huge cloud formation template with whatever I said, you write everything in real time, cloud formation templates, auto scaling, depends on it. So I'm not creating one or two systems, sir. It is going to create a massive stuff. Commands here, sir. We are going and specifying cloud formation template initialization, how we are doing initializations here. Metadata, cloud formation initialization, then we are creating certain files, then running the commands. All these things, just check a look how we have written, then the commands in real time. Installing the agents. Sending a signal. Everything, but it's a massive cloud formation template. I pasted you for it. Check it out if you get an opportunity, please. Okay, anyone has any questions, guys? Please let me know. Anyone has any questions? Online people, anyone has any questions? Please let me know. Classroom people, if you have any questions, I think you are not you are not audible to me. I can't hear you. Okay, maybe the mic is muted or anything like that. Just write it down. Like today, I from Sunday onwards, I'm going through medication in terms of a small viral. So so tomorrow I'll come. So you have any questions, please make a note of this one. Please practice it. Practice depends on practice. INIT, take an examples of these examples. There are some, AWS has provided 70 examples. Read it, write it, understand it, keep it in your mind what is happening, and then execute it in an interview. Interview, you can come up and say 2-3 years of experience. I started working on cloud formation template. Very simple systems, we go for it. Rollbacks here, sir, something went wrong. Rollback is there. Something went wrong. Maybe it is expecting a password little bit bigger. Sorry, it is expecting a user little bit bigger user. It failed. But if it fails, it will clearly provide rollback. And you go and click on the rollback and it will, or the details, it will go and provide you the complete details about why it rolled back and everything. But just take an example. Okay, just mention the username and password correctly I think it is expecting a capital letters username. I provided a small letter, but this is the way you go and launch it. This is the way it will go and create it. And this is the way your cloud formation infrastructure. So what are the top companies in the world? What are the top companies for IAC, infrastructure as a code? Terraform. Why I did not explain Terraform? This is non-AWS. People in AWS world use cloud formation template. Now you may have a question. I don't know Terraform. What should I do? That is explained in DevOps classes. Terraform is AWS cloud formation template is AWS. If you are expert here in this one, you are already expert in both, because both are infrastructure as code. No writing any for, you are writing only formats. Okay, then very similar to that one, you will also write something called as Ansible. Generally, Ansible is similar to SSM agent, but in SSM agent, you remember, right? You need to write a program. In Ansible, you are not going to write any program. You are writing in format. And the next one, that is Kubernetes. Kubernetes, when you write it, deployment and everything, you will use YAML format. All 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 are IACs. Very important, don't underestimate IAC. Total entire world in terms of infrastructure is getting created with IAC only. Okay, let's take an example. I'll go and click on IAC. Like IAC, let's see. IAC maybe multiple meanings are there. I don't know, but let's take an example. See, very good, awesome. Azure ISC script, ARM in Azure. We call it as ARM, or they are asking for, what is that? Terraform. You go and click on it. It is Azure, but as I said you, the most important thing, what is that you require? See here, sir, even it is, I see companies asking experience in IAC, Terraform, ARM, or Cloud Formation Template, and Ansible, exactly which I have written it here, sir. This is a typical cloud engineer requirement in AWS Azure. I don't care, but you see, whatever I told you, one IAC, people expect you very good knowledge on monitoring. People have a experience basically in scale set and VM, that is easy to instance in auto scaling. IaaS, easy to instance. You should have Kubernetes, which I will start. Database, which I will start. Virtual network means VPC. Storage is 3. Resource group means basically security group. Key vault means KMS. Monitoring, you see DNS means Route 53. Load balancer, CI/CD. This is Azure. But I'm telling you how people will be asking you in terms of IAC. Let me go into IAC DevOps, infrastructure as a code DevOps. If you see Terraform, Kubernetes, Ansible. Is it clear? So any kind of an IAC, I did not mention anywhere here AWS IAC. I just typed IAC to show you the importance of IAC, infrastructure as a code. See here, they are asking you Terraform, they are asking you AMIS, IAM role, networking, EBS, VPC, Route 53, which I'll explain you, subnet gateway, all these things I explained you, Apache, Ansible, CI/CD, Windows systems. A very clear shot, which is very representing you. Is it clear, right? Very important, sir. IAC development and everything is appear in that one. Like, I think I would like to take a bigger one, or else let me go into LinkedIn. LinkedIn is for highly professional, 10 years of experience, 5 years of, and the top companies, but the requirement would be same to same. Let me look at the jobs and type it. This is mine. I need to go and click on, this is mine, sir. I am looking for Dublin. Let's take an example of where do I search, man? Where is that search? Let's go and type here. DevOps. Let's see. Is senior DevOps, maybe Pune locations. Let's see what is their requirement. Senior cloud engineer. How do I minimize this? Senior cloud engineer, you go back and see, they will ask you in terms of CS or how they are asking you. 9 years of experience, preferable AWS knowledge. You need to have a very great knowledge on CSR, cloud infrastructure, cloud formation template. Take it seriously. I'm not opening and just showing for fun here. Okay, you should not have a knowledge on Jenkins. This is all about DevOps. Okay, then you should have AWS services like AWS Gateway, which I'll explain you, Lambda function, Elastic Load Balancer, EC2S, EK. This is security, which I'll explain you, RDS databases, EC2 instance, Kubernetes, I'll explain you, Linux operating system, VPC, subnets, everything is covered if you see here. But only thing, one more thing, what they are asking you, DevOps. But apart from this one, I did not type anywhere AWS. I typed DevOps. It is a combination of multiple things, sir. Keep it in your mind. Is it clear, right? LinkedIn, I get so many opportunities. Let me show you my messages. If you see my messages, so many people will ask me, see here, sir, someone is asking me your profile. I just saw your profile. As per my understanding, what is that? As per my understanding, you are eligible to settle in Canada and Australia to get a PR. Okay, Atlantis Shah company is asking for cloud support opportunities for a lead. Atlantis is a very, very famous company. Principal software engineer basically in one startup based company. Oracle principal software company in OCI. Okay, principal software engineer. So when your roles matches right? Pepsi is asking for, hey, transformation, do you want eligible? Basically, tell me more details. We will in touch with you. Lot of opportunities. Freshworks is asking for principal engineering SRE Bangalore, Chennai, or Hyderabad. Your roles will completely match when your skill set matches. And one of the core things which I want to explain you, as I said you, is one of the primary reason for my success is ISC. Okay, hope you got it. So cloud formation template, practice it. Anytime you have any questions, please come back. Ask me more questions. I'm pretty good in cloud formation template. Tomorrow onwards, I'll start one AWS service called as database. We talked about application. We'll talk about now database. I'll create about a database. We will work on the database. I'll create one database and then show you what is a database, how application server will connect to the databases, all stuff. And then we will jump into something called as Lambda functions, API gateway, secret manager, VPN peering, all other things which are pending. Kubernetes will go and continue. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm signing off right now. Thank you. Bye. Yeah.